Welcome to Surface. Surface is your high-performance, salon-exclusive hair care that completely respects personal health and the earth. My name's Kelly. We're going to be doing the crop haircut today from our 5-core haircut system. We have the Freedom, Edge, Windswept, Front and Center, and then the crop. So our Freedom and our crop are actually using the same roadmap, but this is kind of a shorter version of it. Let's check out our roadmap. This is going to be our whole system for cutting this cut. So we have our black area, our black zone, which is where we create our interior layers. Then we have the green zone, which is the top of the head. We have the blue zone, which is back through our nape area. And then we have our red zone, where we really want to be aware of how much hair we are working with. So with our model, I have prepped her with the Trinity shampoo and conditioner, and then I'm working with the Repair Tonic spray as my cutting lotion, which is great for kind of a protein treatment. When we blow dry that into her hair, she'll get a nice amaranth protein treatment that'll help her out. So I'm going to be using my Surface razor, my titanium razor, which has silicone blades. We're going to come in and let's get started. We're going to come in right here along the ridge zone. We're going to part this over. And what I'm trying to get into is my black zone here. So let's get her parted out. Comb this forward. So this is where I'm going to create my guide. Now I'm going to take a section that's no wider than my first 2 knuckles of on my hand, because that's all we want to be working with in our razor, be cutting with. So we're going to lift this up, create our guide. We're going to come in and shatter this straight up to the ceiling. We're going to grab the section right behind it. Same thing, come in and shatter right behind it. Usually have 3 sections of that. Pull it up and shatter. Now we got to go over into the side of our black zone. Come in and shatter that up. This haircut really emphasizes the roundness of the head, so that's how we want to create her layers. We're going to come in, see that guide, shatter right against it. Come in on our other side. That guy drops out, come in and shatter. One more section right here. Create our guide, come in and shatter. Great, so we've done our black zone. Now what we want to do is take a 1/2 inch of that black zone and push it into the green zone, because that's going to be our guide for this section. Now I'm going to come in on her left side, and I'm going to flip her so you guys can see that a little bit better. We're going to come in along the ridge of the black and the green zone. We're going to hold this up, really come in and grab all of this hair. We need all of it. We're going to come in with your razor and shatter, let your guide drop out. Shatter that out and leave a little bit longer there in the front. We're going to go right through our whole green zone. Doing the same thing, letting our guide drop out here in the black zone. And shatter that out. Working our way through the top of the head, shatter that out. Same thing. So we get to that side ridge, shatter that out. One more section here, let that guy drop out and shatter. Okay, let's pull this hair back. Now what we're going to want to do is section this out. So we want to leave a 1/2 inch of our green zone and our black zone down into our red zone. So listen very carefully. We're going to come in along the ridge line here with target parting. Comb always to the head, creates a beautiful part. Let's take this section out. We're going to clip it. Clip that out of our way and drop down this guide. I'm going to come in on her right side, and we're going to start over here. So what I'm going to do now is blend our green zone into our red zone. I want this hair to flow towards her face, so that's why I've chosen to start on this side. You'll have a piece of the guide come out. We're going to use vertical sectioning. So pull that out, and what I'm going to do, I have my guide right here. I'm going to come in tight. We're going to do a concave layer, and then kick out the end. for some detailing later when we style her out. So I'm going to come in tight and then C shape here on the end. Really flip my hand out. It's going to be fun to style out for her. Same thing, pull this out vertically. We have our guide from the top. Come in tight, knuckles to the head, and then flip out that bottom. Kind of paying attention in this red zone of how much hair I am working with. Come in tight, kick that out there at the bottom. We're going to do this throughout the nape area also. Come in and kick that out. That's the last of our red zone right behind the ear. We want to make sure we leave enough hair down here to detail later. So working up here in my blue zone, I'm going to pull this out. And I'm actually going to do my blue zone back here tighter to the head. Customize it to your client and what she would prefer. But I would just like how this lays better. Right tight to the hair. Right tight to the head. Excuse me. Coming down into the nape area. Making that nice and tight down to the neckline. Same thing. Knuckles to the head. Shattering down. Blending all these layers together. Make sure we have enough hair there on the side. Same thing, come in and shatter down, knuckles to the head, nice and tight fingers holding that hair down to the neckline. Nice clean partings we're working with here in the blue section. Tight to the head. Tight on the neckline. Got one more section here and we'll be into the red zone. Got our guide right here on top. Tight to the head. Down to the neckline. Now we're back into the red zone here on the side, so we want to kick this back out and do that concave layer again. See our guide here on top. Tight, 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 and then curve that out. Same thing, let your guide drop out from that green zone, come in tight, and kick that out. Same thing here, we see our guide, come in tight, kick that out. Okay, we're going to drop this down. Kind of check her out. Get her parted. Now that we've got the whole interior done, let's check out her perimeter and go in and do some detailing there. So we're going to come in and we really want to open up her eye. So let's go and create some space right in here to open that up. Come in with my razor and shatter this right behind there. Really open that up. And I'm going to leave this longer towards her lip line to emphasize that. So really leave that long length going towards her lip line. And then I'm going to check out right here behind her ear. And to do a little bit more detailing, we want to go in a little bit shorter, longer to the front. So let's bring our razor in, shatter this line, and let that go towards her lip line. Same thing on the other side. Let's check out her bang, depending on what your client prefers for a bang. You customize it to them. Use your craft. Come in and we're going to use our guide that we started on the other side. And I'm going to shatter underneath. This kind of gives her a little bit more of a full bang. Shatter, shatter, shatter down. And then I'm going to drop that out, and I want to create that lift again right here behind her ear. Same thing, going to come in tight, shatter that line down, and then leave longer along her lip line. And then we got to come in behind the ear, a little bit shorter, come in and shatter and leave that line a little longer towards her lip line also. Another technique that we're going to do along with the neckline, let's check this out. we want to come and detail this. So if she wanted to wear it kind of messy and use and piece it out, she could just come in with some product like the Crave and really just kind of piece this out, and she'd have that beautiful detail along her neckline. So I'm going to come in and do some sculpting with my razor. I'm going to pinch some pieces and take the tip and sculpt those pieces around. Finish here on the other side. Alright, so there she is. And what we're going to do is use Crave for our blowout cream. We're going to emulsify it into our hands. This is going to give her lots of volume and movement. We've created a lot of texture and layers throughout this haircut, and we really want to show that off. Go in and work it through her hair. Alright, we're going to blow her out and come back and check her out and see what she looks like. Alright, check her out. So we used the Crave styling paste to blow her out, and it created all this volume of those interior layers. And then we could come in on dry hair and also use it to show our detailing. So this side I sort of flipped out, kind of pieced that out, and left this side a little bit smoother into her lip line. Just, I don't know, customize it to your client. There's a couple different options with the crop that we could have done, that you have the options, or that you, whatever you prefer. You could have done this whole cut with your shear where you took it up and used a blunt edge with the surface shear. And then you could have done that also on the nape area, the neckline. Remember how we came in and detailed with the razor? You could have come in with your shears, cut here, and had that blunt line there on the back. Also, what we could have done with this whole cut is taken these layers in tight on the side instead of doing that concave layer where you would come in, knuckles to the head, shatter down and keep it tight. And that just would have created a different look here on the sides. Either way is good. Also in the bang, instead of beveling under, we could have come in and did that concave layer here to really kick it out too. But I'm going to leave here because I really like how it's laid. So let's review the crop cut. This is our map. We took the black zone. This is where we created our guide. We sectioned out the black zone. We started our guide here, did the whole black zone with our guide. Then we parted off the front section, leaving about a half inch section from our black zone into our green zone. We combed this hair forward. Remember, we stood on the left side. We held it up, came in and shattered through and left the top a little bit longer in her bang area. After we got the green zone done, we dropped that down. We left a half-inch section of the green and black zone around our ridge and dropped that down into our red and blue zone. We pinned this hair out of the way, and then so we had our guide from the green zone here, started on the right side, came in, and we did those concave layers, tight to the head and then flipped out to the end so we could have that nice shattered detail. But then when we got to the blue zone, we kept it all nice and tight down to the back of the head where those layers wouldn't kick out. Either way, you know, you customize to your client. So we kept it all nice and tight through the nape area and into the other side. So then after that, we dropped down all of the hair and worked on our perimeter. We came in and detailed the bangs. We opened up the eye and we created that line towards the lip. Then we went in and shattered a little bit around the neckline so she could piece that out if she'd like. We came in on the side of the ears, took that a little bit shorter and angled that towards the lip line also. So there you have it. That's the crop from the core cutting system of Surface. Watch for our trend DVDs every year where it takes the fashion and face shapes and the fashions of the year and incorporates them into hair. So watch for those. My name's Kelly, and thank you again for your time. Surface is your high-performance, salon-exclusive hair care that completely respects personal health and the earth.